Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Our world, for all its familiarity, is still layered with profound enigma. Beneath the surface of our modern understanding lie relics of a past so distant, so alien. They seem to whisper to us from another time, another reality entirely. Today we shall embark on a journey, a countdown into the heart of these bewildering puzzles. We will explore 10 of the world's most mysterious ancient discoveries, each a testament to the ingenuity, the beliefs, the untold stories. These are not tales of fiction, but tangible artifacts and documented phenomena. Our journey begins in the cold lands of the north, during the age of Vikings. Here, amongst the remnants of their fierce culture, a remarkable series of artifacts has been unearthed. The Ulfbert swords, forged between the 9th and 11th centuries. These blades were the high technology of their day, renowned for their incredible strength, renowned for their incredible flexibility, renowned for their incredible sharpness. But the true magic, it seems, lay within the metal itself. Modern metallurgical analysis has revealed a startling secret. The steel used to create these swords is of a purity that European blacksmiths were thought incapable of producing for another 800 years. To forge such metal, iron ore must be heated to temperatures exceeding 1600 degrees Celsius, a feat that required the use of a crucible furnace. One prevailing theory suggests a connection far to the east. We now leave the land and descend into the cold, dark waters of the Baltic Sea. In 2011, a team of Swedish oceanographers searching for sunken treasures made a very different discovery. Their sonar equipment painted an image on their screens that was utterly baffling. Nearly 300 feet down sat a massive, perfectly circular object about 60 meters across. It looked like a crashed saucer from a sci-fi film with features that appeared to be ramps, stairs, and other non-natural structures. The initial sonar images were so strange they sparked a global debate. Some geologists said it was just a unique natural rock formation. Others warned of pareidolia. But Ocean X returned and reported even more curious findings. They claimed electrical equipment, satellite phones, and cameras failed when directly above the object. Divers described strange formations with perfectly straight angles and smooth surfaces, unlike the surrounding seabed. They recovered a stone sample from the object which, when analyzed, contained limonite and goethite. To this day, the Baltic Sea anomaly remains a contentious mystery. Without a fully funded expedition, the object rests in silent darkness, its secrets locked in the crushing pressure of the deep sea. We now travel to the gentle, rolling hills of Staffordshire, England, to a grand 18th century estate known as Shugborough Hall. Here, a monument stands, a carved relief that is a mirror image of a famous painting by Nicolas Poussin, The Shepherds of Arcadia. Carved into the stone below the main relief is a cryptic sequence of 10 letters, DOUSVAVVM. For over 250 years, cryptographers, historians, and amateur sleuths have tried to break this code, but it has stubbornly resisted all attempts at a definitive solution. The letters D and M are believed to stand for dis manibus, meaning dedicated to the shades of the underworld, a common Roman tomb inscription. But the 8 letters in the middle remain a complete and utter mystery. Some believe it is an anagram, a secret message left by the family who commissioned the monument, the Anson family. One popular suggestion is that it's a Latin acronym for Optime Uxoris Optime Sororis Viduus Amantissimus Vovit Virtutibus. Our next mystery takes us deep inside the earth into a vast cave system on Mount Owen in New Zealand. In 1986, an archaeological expedition was exploring these dark passages when they stumbled upon a truly astonishing sight. Partially buried in the soft soil of the cave floor was a claw. But this was no ordinary claw. It was enormous, reptilian in appearance, still covered in flesh and sinew. It looked as if the creature had died only recently. This was the claw of an upland moa, a giant flightless bird believed extinct around 500 years ago. Preservation was due to the cave's unique conditions, the cold, the dry air that naturally mummified the limb. Scientists have studied the tissue, gaining deeper biological understanding beyond what dry bones can show. Could a few have survived in New Zealand's remote, inaccessible wilderness? While no credible evidence supports that, the near-perfect Mount Owen claw is a powerful reminder the past may not be as distant as we think. We now venture into a story that straddles the line between archaeology and folklore. The story, as it is told, begins in 1938 with an archaeological expedition. In a series of interconnected caves, the team allegedly discovered orderly rows of graves. The skeletons within were strange. Small, frail bodies with unusually large, overdeveloped skulls. Littering the cave floor were hundreds of stone discs, each about a foot in diameter with a hole in the center. Etched onto their surfaces was a continuous spiral groove, much like a phonograph record. For over 2 decades, the discs, which came to be known as the Drapa stones, languished in storage. In the late 1950s, a professor, Tsum Nui, was said to have finally deciphered the strange script. The hieroglyphs allegedly told the tale of a spacecraft from a distant planet that crash-landed in the mountains 12,000 years ago. The occupants, a people called the Dropa. It is crucial to state that the existence of the Dropa stones and of Professor Tsum Nui himself is highly contested. There are no photographs of the discs in any museum, and the original reports are difficult to verify. Many researchers dismiss the entire story as an elaborate hoax, yet the tale persists, fueled by tantalizing but unconfirmed photographs and accounts. Hoax or not, the Drapa stones represent a powerful idea, the notion that we may have been visited long ago, and that the evidence might be lying in a dusty museum basement, waiting to be rediscovered. Our next mystery was salvaged from the depths of the Aegean Sea from a Roman-era shipwreck off the coast of Antikythera in 1901. Divers recovered a lump of corroded bronze. It was taken to the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, where it sat for 2 years, largely ignored. Then a piece of the concretion broke away, revealing a complex assembly of interlocking gears. This was the Antikythera mechanism. Archaeologists carefully cleaned, and scientists studied the fragments. They realized they were looking at a device of breathtaking complexity. It was an astronomical calculator, an analog computer from the 2nd century BC. With a turn of a handle, the system of over 30 bronze gears moved. It could predict the position of the sun, the moon, and the 5 planets known to the ancients. The sophistication of the Antikythera mechanism is simply staggering. Nothing approaching this level of mechanical complexity is known to have existed anywhere in the world for at least another 1,000 years. The design incorporates principles of differential gearing, which were not thought to have been invented until the 16th century in Europe. Was it a unique masterpiece, the work of a singular genius like Archimedes, or were there many such devices that have simply not survived the ravages of time? The Antikythera mechanism is a ghost of a forgotten technology. It raises the profound question of what other incredible inventions might have flourished in the ancient world, only to vanish, leaving behind just one enigmatic clockwork clue at the bottom of the sea. From a marvel of science, we turn to a marvel of myth and endurance. We journey to the National Library of Sweden in Stockholm, home to a manuscript so large and so strange, the Codex Gigas, the giant book. It contains the entire Latin Bible, numerous other historical texts, practical works on medicine, and works on history. It is written on vellum, made from the skins of over 160 animals. Analysis of the handwriting suggests the entire book was written and illuminated by a single scribe. Given its size and complexity, it's estimated one person, working continuously, would need over 20 years to complete. But not its size or even its contents that gives it the nickname. It is known as the Devil's Bible. The name comes from a single extraordinary page, a full-page, highly detailed illustration of the devil himself. The story goes that the book was created by a monk who had broken his monastic vows and was sentenced to be walled up alive. To escape this grim fate, he promised to create in a single night a book that would contain all human knowledge. He made a pact, selling his soul to the devil in exchange for help finishing the book. While this is, of course, a myth, it speaks to the awe and unease the Codex Gigas has inspired for centuries. It remains a monumental testament to human skill, and a chilling canvas for one of history's darkest legends. Our search for ancient mysteries now leads us to the holy city of Jerusalem. In 1979, an archaeological team led by Gabriel Barquet, excavating burial chambers at Ketef Hinnom. Inside one tomb, looted in antiquity but not emptied, they found 2 tiny, rolled-up silver cylinders no bigger than a cigarette butt. For years they sat in a lab. Conservators struggled to unroll them without destroying them. Finally, with a specially developed painstaking technique, they succeeded. What they revealed stunned the world: biblical verses in ancient Paleo-Hebrew. Specifically, the priestly blessing, "May the Lord bless you, and keep you." Scientific dating and paleographic analysis place the scrolls in the late 7th or early 6th century BC, before Jerusalem's destruction by the Babylonians in 586 BC, predating the Dead Sea Scrolls by about 400 years. A direct link to religious life in the Kingdom of Judah during the First Temple period. a time with very few surviving written records. Buried in a tomb, they delivered their ancient blessing to the modern world. A testament to faith and to the resilience of the written word, a whisper from the time of the prophets preserved in gleaming silver. We now travel to a small, unassuming house in the Andalusian village of Belmez de la Moraleda, Spain. It all began in August 1971, when Maria Gomez Camara noticed a strange stain on her concrete kitchen floor. Close-up, the original photograph of the first face. Over a few days, the stain coalesced into a distinct human face. Terrified, her husband and son destroyed the floor with a pickaxe and relaid concrete. But soon after, the face returned. Over the next 3 decades, dozens of different faces appeared. Men, women, children, scientists, and paranormal investigators flocked to the village. Investigators took concrete samples. The floor was excavated, revealing human bones from the 13th century. The bones were given a proper burial, but the faces continued. Skeptics say it's a hoax. Claims include painted silver nitrate or acid etching, but numerous tests were done with inconclusive results. Investigators even sealed the room, only to reopen it later. The original house is now a museum. Close-up, faces staring up from the cold, hard floor, a silent, inexplicable gallery of ghosts. Our final mystery takes us to London, Texas in the United States. In 1936, a couple named Max and Emma Hahn were walking along a creek when they noticed a peculiar rock nodule with a piece of wood protruding from it. They took it home, where it sat for over a decade. Eventually their son broke the rock open, and inside they found an old-fashioned style of hammer, seemingly encased within the solid stone. The stone encasing it is said to be Ordovician rock, a geological stratum dating back over 400 million years. The hammer itself is made of iron, reportedly over 96% pure. The wooden handle shows signs of coalification. Geologists say the rock is likely a concretion, not ancient bedrock. Concretions can form in years or decades around a nucleus object. The hammer's 19th century design suggests a miner's tool, likely lost in the 1800s. Without peer-reviewed analysis, which the hammer's creationist caretakers have been reluctant to allow, the artifact's true nature remains a matter of faith versus science. A hammer that has become a wedge between two worldviews. And so our journey through the unexplained comes to a close. We have stood before the impossible steel of the Vikings, deciphered the legends of the Devil's Bible, and gazed into the unsettling faces of Belmez. Each of these 10 mysteries serves as a powerful reminder that the past is not a closed book. It is a living, breathing entity filled with whispers and riddles that still echo in our modern world. They challenge our assumptions, spark our imagination, and push the boundaries of our knowledge, proving that there is still so much wonder left to discover. Which of these enigmas captured your imagination the most? I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you, like me, are captivated by the great unsolved questions of our world, then I encourage you to subscribe and join our community of explorers. There are countless more stories to tell, more artifacts to unearth, more codes to break. Thank you for joining me on this expedition into the past. Until next time, when we will be counting down history's most baffling disappearances, keep questioning and never lose your sense of wonder.